Adoption in the minds of kids means someone sees their value and wants them in their family. Too many kids never feel that. Okay, so my first question is, are you adopted? Are you an adoptee personally? Because I am. And it's kind of weird to come to adoptee TikTok and get on someone's page and tell them how they felt as a child. It is so wild to me, the ignorance of most of you that believe in this system and this culture of legally kidnapping and trafficking children from their families. Most of these children, their families grew up in poverty, they don't know their rights, and they don't have the money to fight. There are quite literally thousands and thousands of children that are missing right now that were wards of the state. They're unaccounted for. But in reference to your statement, that is not how adopted children feel. There are some that when they are very young, like myself, they are so brainwashed to be grateful for the opportunity to endure abuse at their adopted parents' hands, because that's most certainly what it is. These children feel unloved, not loved. They are treated differently than the biological children, and if they have biological children, the adopted children statistically suffer 50% more abuse than a biological child. These children are actually wondering why they aren't loved, or why their biological families didn't want them. A replacement family in a box does not fix that. They are wondering why they don't look like their adopted family, why they don't have the same genetics, the same eyes, the same nose. They are being taken from their families, out of their communities, and having their identity and their culture and their history stripped from them and erased so that they can be a little family in a box for somebody else. With that being said, not only am I adopted, but I also have adopted children. And I'm speaking from all sides of the fence. I've been a foster parent, I've had guardianships, I've been adopted, I have adopted. Adoption is not for the child. And I'm just going to keep repeating that until you get it. It is for the parents, the adoptive parents, that are being paid quite a bit of money through stipend to take care of these children. Now imagine if that stipend had been applied to the biological family, because most of these children that are living in poverty, their parents are living in poverty, they don't know their rights. Being poor is not a crime. You say these things under the guise of like these children not being wanted by their biological families, and that's just not true. There are so many more aspects to a family than a mother and a father. There are grandparents, there are aunts, there are uncles, there are cousins. And these children know their entire family. They're not just losing their parents. They're losing their siblings, their extended families. Who are acting like these children are just unloved and unwanted. And that's just not true. I want you to give me 5 complete families, not parents, complete families, that you personally know they did not want their children or want reunification. More than 60% of children are reunified, but that 40% that is not are having the lives and dreams of somebody else built off the backs of their trauma. Adoption is for the adoptive family. It's not for the child. If it was for the child, they would have stayed within their communities. They would have stayed with a kinship placement. They wouldn't have changed their names, their birth certificates, their socials. They wouldn't be erasing these children's identity to force them to conform to their ideology of what these children should be in their life. If you don't have firsthand lived experience as an adoptee, this is not a topic you should be speaking on. Because contrary to your ignorant beliefs, my entire family wanted me. My entire family loves me. And as a 32-year-old adult, I still have contact with my biological family and my adoptive family. I found my biological family at 16, and I started looking when I was 11 years old. I looked out a window every night for 9 fucking years looking at the stars, wondering if they were looking at the same stars that I was, and wondering what was so much more important to them than me, because those are the things that are ingrained in adoptees' heads, that they were unloved, they were unwanted. It's called emotional abuse. It's called brainwashing.